So the most impressive or the most surprising victory for me for the night was Vicente Luque versus Michael Chiesa. Right off the bat, I had no idea that he was going to come in, get a first round submission, right? Here's the stats. With the same submission that he got Tyrone Woodley in, just this time he did it in 31 seconds quicker. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, he usually goes for that D'Arce choke, and the D'Arce choke often does work. Like, it works quite well against the wrestlers and things like that, because when they go down there and they've stuck their head to the side, if they're not quick enough to taking you down, there's always the opportunity to clean their neck and either go for a guillotine or go for a D'Arce, right? Especially when you're rolling around with them. And Chiesa's damn good on the ground. He almost had him. So he almost had him at one point. And then he was transitioning to an armbar, lost the armbar, was in a bit of a shitty, position on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luque he wasted no time.
Yeah.
The squeeze on that guy, usually they take a little bit of time in order to set it in. Boom. It was like butter. He's damn good on the ground. And, another first round finish.
Those are huge. And also, it's the fourth time that he's done that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fourth time he's done that D'Arce choke. And
the Tony Ferguson of the welterweight division.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like saying, but the thing also with Vicente Luque, I get like very Charles Oliveira vibes off him sometimes. I feel like he's
Yeah, I would agree.
He's got a lot of submissions, and the thing is with Vicente Luque, he's exciting because he's not the kind of guy who likes to leave it to the judges. He always gets stoppages. Last time, unless it was a split decision against Mike Perry or a unanimous decision he lost to Stephen Thompson. But other than that, of his last 10 fights, he always either finishes with punches or a submission.
Yep.
Or, of course, there was Nico Price, which he won by a doctor stoppage in the third round. But then again,
he's a finisher.
He's a dark horse of the division.
Yeah,
he's got to be for sure. I honestly believe, I know it's so weird, but I feel like he's going to have to wait a little bit longer, which is okay because he's quite young. Because he's sixth in the division. He's beat fifth, right? Above him is Stephen Thompson, who I believe he should get next, even though Kamaru Usman's like, yep, all right, I'll give him a fight. However, you still got Colby Covington who's got a fight, and then you got Leon Edwards who's in front of him in line. So actually, no, I take it back. You know who I feel like he should fight next? Gilbert Burns.
That would be a cool fight. I think Gilbert still wants to fight either. I mean, to be honest, let's be real. Gilbert's calling out everyone constantly. He's a fucking badass. I mean, that would be teammates fighting teammates. He was in Vicente Luque's corner the entirety of the whole main event. So, I mean, you should have seen how happy he was when he was actually like celebrating Vicente Luque's win. They're both in the same division, but he couldn't be more happier for the guy.
Yeah.
I know with Gilbert Burns, I think he should fight maybe a Jorge Masvidal. I know he's calling out everyone under the sun. He even called out Nate Diaz, and Nate Diaz is fucking silent on him. But because we know who would win that fight. He's calling out Leon Edwards. I would like to see Gilbert Burns versus Leon Edwards or something like that, because I think Gilbert would win that fight.
Yeah, me too.
I think maybe Leon Edwards versus Vicente Luque.
Yeah,
that's a cracker of a fight, especially on the feet. I'd love to see that because they're both super well rounded. Leon Edwards can submit you. He can beat you up. He can outlast you. Look, I reckon that would be sick. I reckon that would be really good, and it kind of separates the contenders. I know he's done a shit ton of
grinding,
right? But if he was to fight, maybe like Jorge Masvidal would be a really cool one, right? But he's on a 2-fight losing streak, right? If he fights Thompson, that's a guy on a losing streak. He could fight Gilbert Burns, but Gilbert Burns is calling him out constantly, and he's not saying anything. So I think Leon Edwards versus Luque would be cool. And then you've got Gilbert Burns versus either Jorge or someone else.
Yeah.
Well,
it's because Vicento's gone through a lot of setbacks to get to where he is. Like, he was on like a 6-fight winning streak, and then he lost to Stephen Thompson, and he had to go back down the line. Before that, he was already on a 4-fight losing streak, and he lost to Leon Edwards. So now he's again on a 4-fight winning streak. He needs to make sure he keeps this win up. Otherwise, I feel like what will probably happen if he loses is he gets further shut down the pack.
For him to revisit that fight and have because he's built up, like Leon's built up a massive win streak.
Yeah.
And Vicente Luque's built up a massive win streak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't they revisit each other and have a rematch? Really will tell who's the better contender to fight Kamaru next, since Kamaru's kind of sitting there going, well, after Colby, who am I fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he's fortunate enough to beat Colby. Colby's a tall task.
Like he's just overstepped Leon.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Well, that's because Kamaru's already beaten Leon before, but then again, that was years ago.
That was a 10-fight win streak ago. So
Yeah.
they've both changed. They both changed, and
Yeah.
that was before he was champion. So, it's a very interesting time in the welterweight division. A little bit of a clusterfuck, I'll be honest. But because some of them fought each other and some of them refusing to fight each other, so it's a bit strange. But I think Vicente Luque versus Leon Edwards as a rematch would be a fucking cool fight. That'd be a sick fight.
That would be good. I can see. Oh, that's a hard fight to predict, though.
Super tough. I would maybe. I know he's lost to Leon in the past, but I don't know. It's hard. It's very hard. I think maybe Luque has just changed a bit. I think he's changed a bit. Hey guys, a message from one of our sponsors, Hemcan Labs. So if you're ever looking to look after your rest, your recovery, and your sleep, look into CBD. If it's not CBD oil, CBD gummies, or CBD infused coffee, they've got a lot of products out there. Okay, use our code LSP to get a 10% discount on any of their products at Hemcan Labs. So click in the link in the description. Type in that code LSP and you get 10% off all their amazing products. If you want to look after your sleep, your rest, your recovery, anything to do with anxiety, look into it, guys.
Performance is important, but recovery is even more important. And the best way to make sure you're getting the most out of your recovery is by using CBD oil. So please use our code LSP to get 10% off on all products. Link in the description.